Just two adjacent girls living in a lovely world. They took a podcast train going anywhere, but kind of specifically through Austin, Texas. Yeah, hook 'em horns.
All right, welcome back, y'all. We have a special guest today on Adjacent, Jo Dale Guzman. We are so glad you're here today to meet with us. We are here to talk about what, Shelly? What are we talking about
Oh
today?
my gosh, we're talking about holiday movies. And I was on Facebook yesterday and JoDale made a proclamation that she is a holiday movie expert. And so I reached out to her and I was like, "Hey, you want to come on the pod?" And she was like, "I mean, do you have a podcast?" And I was like, "Yeah. Do you want to come on the pod and talk about holiday movies? It's perfect timing. Let's do it." And she said, "Yes." And so here we are. We're very excited to have JoDale.
We're so glad you're here. We'll go ahead. We were just talking that Jo Dale is a Longhorn fan by Adjacent. We also, Shelly shared with me some of your bio. I just saw your sweet puppy Milo. And Milo is a Bernese Bernedoodle, right? Is that what they call it? Jo Dale?
Yes. Yep. Bernedoodle.
And Milo weighs 114 pounds. I cannot believe it. Just a very big dog. And you have a child bear. I love that name. What a great name.
Well, that's his nickname. And I will say I wanted to name him Tanner Bear as the middle name because my maiden name is Bearden and it's spelled Bearden, but also as an Alabama fan growing up. So Paul Bear Bryant was a big part of our lives. But I had a great wise woman when I was arguing for it who told me that a child will be called whatever the mother calls them, regardless of what their official name is. So I let go of the middle name and he is still Bear.
Oh, I love it.
I love that.
What a great name. And you're from Alabama originally. What part?
I grew up outside of Birmingham, mostly in Shelby County, but outside of Birmingham.
Awesome.
I think you're our first out of stater.
Well, I was going to say, I did go to Aquafest. So I have been here since 1994. So I think I qualify as a Texan by your standards.
That's right.
One of our friends, Ashley, still has some of the pins. I don't know why I got rid of mine. I remember one time I went to Aquafest and I was wearing those jelly shoes. Do you remember jelly shoes?
Mhm.
And I was walking across the Congress Bridge to get over to Palmer Auditorium, and one of my jelly shoes fell off like Cinderella. I had to run back through traffic to go get my jelly shoe. I survived to tell the tale. So
Oh my gosh, we have to recreate that.
on our TikTok.
I'm a Pisces.
I'm a Pisces too.
February 28th, and I was born in 76, not to give my age away, which was a leap year. And the story goes, I was born at like 11:54 p.m. That they pulled me out with forceps because they didn't want me to have a leap year birthday. So my mom always says that I, from the very beginning, was trying to create my own path.
Oh,
I love that. Are you intuitive like Jody?
Yes, very much so. Yeah, I will frequently say, I mean, I'm not an empath or anything, but
so in middle school, I dated a boy named John Sims, the bluest eyes I've ever seen,
The
and
bluest eyes in Texas.
he he was born on the leap year, and I would tell people, I'm dating a 3-year-old and I'm 12. And they were like, "What? That's gross." But I was like, "No, it's because he's only." So you have a love for movies. I love old movies, and I do have some favorite holiday movies. I love It's a Wonderful Life. I love Elf. But I make my kids watch It's a Wonderful Life every year, and they get a little bored with it. So whatever. But what are your favorite holiday movies?
yeah, so that's a big question because I do love a lot of the classics. I'm not an It's a Wonderful Life fan. I liked all the animated classics. So with the Rudolph and all the cute little characters from the classics, and I will frequently sing the songs from some of those. So I like those a lot, and I really actually didn't. Outside of those, I was not a Christmas fan, Christmas movie fan, until I'm going to say it's been about 11 years ago. My husband loves rom-coms, like all rom-coms. And so he had started watching the Hallmark Christmas movies, and I would sit and mock him mercilessly about how predictable they were and how everyone falls in love in 2 days, and he just proposed. They met 12 hours ago. And so I made fun of them. And then fast forward, and I would self-proclaim to be a Christmas movie expert at this point. So we decided a couple of years ago, the Saturday after Thanksgiving, that we watch a Christmas movie a night. And we've done that for about 4 or 5 years, which means I have seen an awful lot of Christmas movies. But thankfully, the genre has grown. So from where we just started with the traditional big city girl goes to save the small factory in the small Vermont town and falls in love. Now we've expanded, so we've got TV shows and we've got action movies in addition to the traditional family movies. And so it's nice that the genre has grown, so we have more things to watch. I do like the Hallmark movies, but I do still mock them as well. But if I had to pick an all-time favorite movie, which was your question, I gave you a roundabout there. KLAUS, KLAUS, is my favorite kind of the spirit of Christmas movie, which is an animated movie. I think you can watch it on Netflix. I think that's where it is right now. And it's my favorite. It catches that, but it kind of has this great, I'm going to say like David Spade sense of humor to it, very self-deprecating, that makes me laugh, but also sort of tells about where the Santa creates this stories of where all the Santa legends come from, like why the children thinks, he's checking his list, and where the reindeer and sleigh come from, and why he comes down the chimney and all of that. So it's a really sweet one. And it's a great one that you can watch with your kids.
I haven't seen it. I've never seen that one. Thanks for sharing.
Yes, I'll definitely watch that with my kids. Maybe they'll feel like they're getting a reprieve from It's a Wonderful Life.
Well, and Jody's kids watch movies like you watch movies. They just sit around and kind of make fun of them.
It's the best way to watch movies. I mean, I'm sorry, is there another way? Do people actually, is there an endearing way?
Well, I tried to prepare for this interview, and I watched some of the Hallmark movies last night, and those Holly ones, the Holly, and they're painful. They're I,
Yeah. Yeah, the best thing that happened, I think, is when streaming services took off. So Hallmark's been making these movies forever. But when the streaming services took off, Netflix started making really great, more modern takes on the holiday stories. So kind of took us a little bit off that traditional small, big city girl goes to small town, and just had some more modern storylines. And then Hulu got in the game. Hulu has a lot of great ones that have lots more modern characters. They include LGBTQ characters. They include persons of color in their movies. So a much more, a better take on, and movies that you can share with the whole family in comparison to the Hallmark movies. You'd never get your kids to sit down to watch a Hallmark love story.
they're so. The one thing I do love about all of those movies is they show you these different towns and how they decorate for the holidays and all the festivities. That's my favorite part of it, is just seeing the little towns.
Yeah, I wonder sometimes though if it's a little bit like social media, where maybe it takes the joy out of your own Christmas, that like you see these one, I'm not falling in love this Christmas. I've been married for 17 years, but you also are in these like amazing, small towns in Vermont where the street is all holly jolly. And then we live in a giant city where that little kind of hometown feel doesn't happen. I wonder sometimes if people are like, "Oh, that's not my Christmas."
Yeah, I wonder how many people it makes really depressed watching Hallmark movies.
Yeah, I have a good friend, Janie Orozco. She watches those movies like you do. And she says she'll just snuggle up like with her favorite, in her pajamas. She won't move for like a day and just
Mhm.
sit, just binge 'em and binge 'em and binge 'em. And do you have like a way that you like to watch the movies? Because I'm always looking for some pro tips on things like this. So
Yeah, I do. I think that it's like, one, I like the plus of the Hallmark that's different is the predictability. So it's like I like watching Law and Order because you know the rhythm, you know what's going to happen. And by the time we get through trying to push through December and the stress that comes with December and just everybody, I work all the way up till Monday, and so there's this moment where you just stop moving, and it feels so good to watch something predictable where your brain's not working. So I like that pattern, and if you're watching them on the actual Hallmark channel, so going way back to when we had cable, they would just roll over. So you wouldn't even know you had started a new movie, right? So you could watch 8 hours of where it just rolls over.
And it's
Now that you're
and it's the same actors, and they're
It's the same actors. You know them, you love them, you've seen them in 14 different movies. Yeah. But now that you're streaming, you have to make the active choice to choose another movie. It does break up just like curl up and sit in that same spot all day long.
yes, yes. Do you have like movies that you think would, get the crowd excited about the holidays?
Yeah, I mean, there's some really great classics. I can talk about some of those that are, on Netflix and some of the other channels. But I think one of the things I also like that is different is that now we have some TV shows too. So if you are a smaller consumer, like you can't sit still for 90 minutes, I think it was on Hulu, but I think it's Mary Happy Whatever, and it's with Dennis Quaid, is a really cute holiday series, maybe 2 years ago that was really wonderful because it has the in-laws and how, you bring your spouse to your families and how they have to deal with the things that are unique to you, and your family that other families aren't just used to and what that's like and exploring that holiday traditions with them is really, really it's funny, it's heartwarming. I usually spend the holidays with my husband's family, and so I made them all watch it. So now my sister-in-law and my nephew's wife, like now we have our own little out club. That's what they call them, the out club. Of like, gosh, can you believe these guys? Like, did that just open a can of green beans? That's what we're having? Like, where you can talk about what's happening without feeling like, you can't tell your husband those things, like he's judging you. So, so it's a fun show. So I recommend that one for folks who like a smaller. And then this season, new, I think it's on Hallmark, but don't quote me, but it's called Holidaze, Holidaze. And all of the episodes aren't out yet, so they're dropping weekly. And it's about a cul-de-sac of folks, and it's the perspective from each of the houses on the cul-de-sac. So, and there's different cultures involved, which is really great. So they're celebrating Christmas really differently. And then there's of course that like Christmas light battle, whose house is the brighter, that's happening. And so it's been really fun. I'm curious to see how it wraps up as well.
That sounds fun. I live on a cul-de-sac, and sometimes there's a little bit of drama.
Yeah. The other things that this year Netflix got real sexy. So for those of you who like the little eye candy, they have a couple of Hot Frosty is the veterinarian from Schitt's Creek that was the love interest. He got real buff. He might have been buff on Schitt's Creek. He just never took his shirt off. He's naked a lot, like the whole movie. So if you like a little eye candy, I encourage that.
and it's very, very, very entertaining.
Netflix after hours, is that what we're this is Netflix after dark? But it's cute, and what I like about it is what's different, and I think of the more modern movies, is they know what they are and they lean into that, right? It knows that it's hokey, it knows its genre, and it really leans in. So it has like a Pretty Woman moment where, the jewelry gift snaps and closes the fingers, and, so it has a lot of little tropes in it that's adorable. So that's a really fun one, mostly because it's leaning in. So there's a couple of animated ones we haven't squeezed in yet this season. The other genre though that's changed is now there's a lot of action movies. So we saw Violent Nights I think that was last New Year's. Our family has a tradition of doing a movie together, all of us on Christmas Eve. And I think maybe that was 2 Christmases ago. Violent Nights. It's very violent. But it has the dad from Stranger Things, is Santa, and he's like washed up, doesn't want to be Santa anymore. He drinks a lot, who has to save the day. So it's really great. And then the RedOne is the big drop this year. So it's showing at theaters and on Amazon, and it has The Rock in it and a very, very, very fit. Oh gosh, J.K. Simmons, is that his name? J.K. Simmons, I think.
Okay. Well, that's kind of tying into my next question. I don't know if everybody's been listening to our podcast, but we talk about the laminated list, which is your way of getting a hall pass. From these holiday movies, who's on your laminated list? And it could be male or female or a combination of.
So that's a good question. I don't know if I have anybody from the holiday movies, but I did laugh when you guys were talking about it. And I love that Shelly's so sweet and precious because my hall pass is LL Cool J and Mark Wahlberg. And I just want to be clear that I don't want them to say a word. This is not spending time together. Action happens, and I want them to go about their day.
We have a friend whose husband we think looks like Marky Mark.
Yeah.
Yes. So I did.
So maybe we should meet.
Who?
Ashley.
Preston.
Oh, I think he looks like James Dean.
True.
Okay.
I do love me some LL Cool J. I'm not gonna lie. That guy. Oof.
Again, we're showing our age though, right? Again, I'm showing like what? But for their age, man, they still look really good.
There's no circa. It's any time. Hey, LL Cool J, Marky Mark. She's your girl.
Jo Dale, I have a funny story to tell you. One time we were at a friend's house, Tammy Thompson, for a Christmas party, and it was kind of moving slow. So Shelly and I called a stripper.
Oh no, hold on a second.
Everybody's bags and took out their cash. And then when he got there, we were like, please take off your clothes. We just want to laugh. And Shelly's like, to hell, I paid for him to take his clothes off. He didn't take his clothes off.
Do you come as a police officer? Those are the best ones.
It was a little short. And but he had this one move where he would kick his leg back and then he would kind of snake his body on the ground. And I was like, what are we watching here? I think the had a baby with him too. Oh, Krista had her with her.
Oh, I thought that you said the stripper brought the baby.
He did not visit on anybody's laminated list, I will tell you. Also, he drove up in a minivan.
Oh my gosh, it was so funny. And he started like undoing his pants, and we were like, no.
Sorry. Shelly and I are little pranksters sometimes.
That's great. That's great. All right. Oh, I was gonna say sorry, going back to favorite, which I still haven't really answered your question, but you said CDK. What were some of the other movies? I have a lot, but some of the other movies, there was a time, I'm gonna say pre-pandemic when the Christmas movie theme moved from Big City Girl Goes to Small Town to the princess stories. So yeah, reporter goes to cover the royal wedding and then the prince falls in love with her. So I think if I had to pick like a trilogy, if you will, of favorites, the Christmas Prince, which then they had the royal wedding and then the royal baby. Those three, if you wanted to sit down and splurge through three really adorable, funny. She's smart. She's a real. I have a real problem with the "he's coming to save me" trope. So she's really smart, holds her own, is leading the way. So those are that would be if I had to answer like what would I sit down and watch, those would be it.
Oh my gosh. You have given us so many great suggestions. My kids are going to be so happy when we're not watching It's a Wonderful Life.
JoDale, will you send me your list? Will you text me or shoot me your list?
Not interested. Yeah, I can though too because I you guys are gonna laugh, but in the notes on my phone, I have because people ask me for referrals all the time. So I have in the notes on my phone that I update every year.
I love it. Oh my gosh. You need to monetize that. That's amazing. Hey, I know you're a big reader too. What are you reading right now?
What am I reading right now? I just finished The Bright Sword, which is Lev Grossman's new book. You guys might know Lev Grossman wrote The Magicians. There was a series, I think, on HBO that was based off of that. Really, he writes really long books and he's very long-winded. but really great. It was super, super, super. 24 hours of reading, and I never had a dull moment. So that's what I just finished, and I just started a German series that was translated into English, mystery series, which I started a long time ago. And it's the Hangman's Daughters, the series, and it's in Germany in kind of the 1600s, where the hangmans had to live outside the city because they were the lower class. And he has a daughter who solves mysteries in the 1600s. That I just came back to for like cozy. I say cozy holiday reading. You like that? That's my idea of cozy as a murder mystery.
Like, that sounds pretty intense.
So that's what I'm reading now, but highly recommend The Bright Sword. It might have been my favorite book this year.
Okay, may I ask, have you ever read The Night Circus?
Yeah.
What did you think of it?
I thought it was great. I read a lot of fantasies, so it fit right in. Fantasy and mystery are probably my two genres that I read the most of, and it fit right into my wheelhouse. It had a little bit of mystery, but I liked it a lot. I have a book club at work that we read every other month, and we read a lot of books about books. So I read The Midnight Library this year too, was really great.
Oh, I love that writer.
Yeah, and then he has a new book that we read as well. That's name's not coming. Life Impossible. That I highly recommend. It's an older woman whose husband has passed away, and she gets left a house in Ibiza, and goes to Ibiza and finds a life. And there's a little bit of magic and mystical in it as well. It was really great.
I love his writing.
Yeah, me too. He's a beautiful writer. Yeah.
Wow, you are so knowledgeable. I love this. This is a great interview. We're going to have to keep coming back to you to ask you more questions. I do have one question though. When you are sitting and watching your movies, do you have like a favorite beverage or a favorite snack or something like that while you're watching the movies?
Sure. So I will never turn down a glass of red wine. So that is probably my favorite. But I am obsessed right now. Little obsessive. It didn't show at all. I deep dive into everything. I don't do anything small. I've been on a bourbon kick. So I've been trying to make the best old fashioned. So I will make an old fashioned every night with something different, right? Like mixing up, doing a little less bitters, a little more cherry. So that's been this year specifically. I've been making old fashioned every night before we sit down.
Nice. And have you been to our favorite place, KLAUS, since you like
No.
wine? Oh, it's right down the hill from you. It's on 38. Check it out.
Okay.
And you could take the family.
Yeah, they have really good pizza. It's a wine place, but it is, and it's always packed. There's all so it's a hot spot. It's across from Camp Mabry. It used to be an old dry cleaner,
Oh, okay.
and it's a lady-owned business, which I love.
Yeah, thanks.
Wow. Any other questions, Shelly? I mean, these are
Yeah, I mean, what else are you into, JoDale? I want to give you the opportunity to plug yourself. Well,
Yeah. What am I into? What am I not into is a better question.
exactly.
No, I'm trying to think what other people know me for. I am into fashion. So I do like talking about, I mean, even just the holiday movies and what folks are wearing. So I will talk about dressing and holiday dressing anytime. And dressing and packing, love packing. I'm obsessed right now with trying different makeups for older, mature skin. Hello, menopause. And so that's been something I've been diving into quite a lot lately. We can talk pelvic floor. Yeah, all the things.
Shelly would walk around going like, there's like these 3 parts in your body you're supposed to like flex, and she'd be like 1, 2, 3, and then she'd be like 2, 3.
Well, I even made a song out of it. It's like do 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 do, and we were talking about it at share group one time, and everybody had different sounds like bong bong bong, ree, just to remind us to do all 3 holes.
Yeah. Getting old is super.
Actually, I'm looking at you, JoDale, and you have beautiful skin.
Oh, thank you. Thank
We'll
you.
have to get her on to do all lady skin regimen.
Well, I need that. It's more like just splash some water on and pass out. That's my
Are you still doing stylist work?
Yeah. So I've been 13 years that I've been a cabbie stylist, and I like to call myself a fashion educator. So still doing that alongside working at the state. So I'll be at the state 20 years in
Wow.
July. So it's coming up really fast.
Oh my gosh. Well, how do people find you? How do people find you other than Facebook? I had that link.
I am on Instagram at Loving Your Closet with JoDale, JoDale. So that's probably the easiest place to find me. And then if you, if reach out to me, my email is jodale at lovingyourcloset.com. So if you ever need any movie referrals and or fashion referrals, I'm here to help.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate having you. I feel like you're going to be a regular on the show whenever you have time, and
Yeah, thank you guys.
maybe next year we get Ray to do the movie update since he's the one that.
He started it all.
I love that. I love it. Well, thank you.
If you ever want to go to Flo's, let us know. We'll meet you there.
Yeah, we're Flo's regulars.
Yeah, they kind of know us. That's him that looks like Justin Timberlake.
No, he looks like Justin Bieber.
Hey, Justin Bieber.
Yeah, yeah, and he's so nice. Well, happy holidays. Texas, Texas, yeehaw.